Pastor Dan, and this is Spotlight. And if you've been with us, you know that we've been doing now a series on the last day events. We did the judgment for a month, and now the last days. We've talked about how the evil will be allowed to have no limits, they can do whatever they want. It is the nature of evil to destroy. God has been holding the universe together, and He will withdraw that power. He will pull the 4 angels back, and the world will just fall apart. It's like creation in reverse. Rather than evolution, it's devolution, if you want to use those words. It's going backwards. At the same time, the truth about God will go all over the world, and then God will say, okay, it's closing time. Bring your final purchases to the counter. The lights are going out. The door is closing. Make your final decision. When everyone has made a final decision, then God reflects that reality. Close of probation doesn't create reality. It reflects the choices that people have made. Then we have this time between the time of close of probation and when Jesus will come. My personal belief is that that's going to go very quickly. Short time. Because God, what's to wait for? He's been waiting to come. He's leaning out of heaven to come. I believe that'll go quick. This is when we will have the 7 last plagues. Revelation 16 says they will be poured out on those who have the mark of the beast. You don't get the mark and the seal of God until you have made a final decision. No one gets those now until they've sealed them. And so when everything is sealed, everything is settled, then plagues begin to fall. Of course, the big question is, does God send the plagues in judgment? He's been waiting. He's been finding the scales of justice need to be balanced out. People have done terrible things all over the world, and He is finally going to say, you can't get away with that. You're going to pay a price. That's one view, the justice of God. The other view is that no, God is not burning the sun on everybody and all these other terrible plagues. God lets people go. And as the world doesn't have any intervening power of God, the world just falls apart. Terrible things happen. And it's the nature of evil to destroy and suffer. I lean that way. You can choose. Those are the 2 main ways. So here come the plagues, one after the other. We believe that God's people will have the seal of God and will be protected. Psalm 91, 1,000 on one hand, 10,000 on the other hand, but it won't come near you. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but we will be protected, I think, by the coverage of God. And then we come down to the 6th plague. And it says that there's going to be the kings from the sun rising, the kings from the east are going to come. And then the river Euphrates will be dried up, and there will be this great battle. Everyone is gathered together for the battle. And every time we have had some potential battle between east and west, Adventists and other preachers say, here it is, get ready. And then we've gone on another few years. And I would say I don't think this battle is primarily east and west. That is not the concern of the Bible, is to predict into the future earthly battles. The Bible is about cosmic, great controversy, good and evil debates. And it says in Revelation 17, the kings of the earth band together against the King of the Lamb, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. This is a world against Jesus, evil against Jesus and all of His side. This is Satan, the dragon, and the land beast and the sea beast and the women of Revelation 17 against God and Jesus and the Christian church and all the angels. Good against evil. You look at Revelation 19 when the white horse comes down. Jesus is the leader of the army, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, coming to the final battle. The Battle of Armageddon is not tanks and rockets and planes and over the horizon, all of that, in some little valley in Israel. This is cosmic. This is truth. This is the final showdown. And what direction is Christ going to come from? From the east. This is like Cyrus in Daniel 5. Cyrus came from the east. He took the water out of Babylon, and he came inside Babylon and took the kingdom of Babylon and then set them free to go back to the promised land. So Jesus will come from the east. They will dry up the support of the river Euphrates. When the earth kings realize they have been misled by the beast, they turn on her and they withdraw their support, the drying up of the river Euphrates. And then we finally have Christ coming from the east on the cloud to bring deliverance and take us home to the new Jerusalem, to the promised land. That's what will happen in those few weeks between close of probation and the second coming. It's a spotlight. We're going quickly. I hope you're catching some of it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.